I passed my NCLEX on the first try, and you can too. Here's how. So first, let's talk about the NCLEX a little bit. What is it? Especially the next gen NCLEX, which is way harder than the previous one. I graduated in June 2023, so I just missed the mark on the old one, which sucks for me, but it's okay. Because, I mean, it's an adaptive test anyway. Talking about adaptive, let's get into it. So the NCLEX is an 85 to 150 question adaptive exam. It's a 5-hour exam too, and you are watched. You're listened to, and you have like people watching you the entire time. It's like a big like testing center that you're going to have to go to when you take your NCLEX. I wrote a few notes, so I'm going to be looking down, okay? So yeah, it's a computer adaptive exam. So that basically means that it changes as you take it. It can either get easier or it can get more difficult. And I think that the goal of the NCLEX is that you pass. So if they're seeing that you're not really doing so well at around that 85 mark, they're probably going to extend it to 150, just so that you can get to that passing level. And basically, I don't think that, how did they say it was something about how like you can't do like it's not necessarily points per se, it's just you have to stay above the curve. You just have to stay in that passing range, and as long as you're doing that, then you pass the test. The thing about this test is that it is a little difficult. It is really difficult, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty difficult. I wrote down how the test is comprised. So there are about 3 case studies, and there are 6 questions each. There are also multiple choice questions. There are the bow tie questions, which is like main thing in the middle, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. And there's select all that apply, which is so annoying. Like I remember when I was in school, it was like you get all of these right, but then you get this wrong, and you basically get the whole thing wrong. Like nursing school is really, really tough. But anyway, on this exam, there's no skipping. No skipping. You can't go back. You're in the question, you're in the moment, think presently, and then you move forward. So now that we have like the basic breakdown of the exam, let's get into the actual types of questions that you'll see on the exam. So there are like 4 umbrellas of questions that are on the test. There is management of care, which is the biggest chunk of the exam. It's about 15 to 21%. There's safety and infection control, 12 to 18%. Health promotion and maintenance, 6 to 12%. And psychosocial integrity. And that psychosocial integrity is broken down into a few more elements, such as care and comfort, reducing risks, pharmacology, and physiological adaptation. I tried to not overstudy because I know myself, and if I study too hard, I'm gonna like mess up the day of the exam. That's just how I am. I've been like that since nursing school. And another word of advice is that like you don't have to go through every single exam and book and page of the textbook and PowerPoint that you did in nursing school. Nursing school is a long time. You're done. You did it. Congratulations. This test is not your nursing school test. This test is a broad umbrella of everything that you've learned, how you can apply it in real life situations, how you can see a patient, analyze what's wrong with them, do your classic head to toe assessment. What symptoms are they getting? How can you maybe try to find a diagnosis, a nursing diagnosis? Or, you know, when you're in real life, when you're working with doctors and stuff, and you have to relate well to the doctor. It's all about interpersonal communication and also safety. So now let's get into what I did specifically. I focused on 3 main things. One was the ATI book. There's like this ATI book towards the end. I forgot which color it was. If you have the ATI books, you probably know what I mean because they're all like color coded. I don't remember if it was given to us after school was over or if it came in the bundle, but I used that and it helped a lot. And the reason why I use the ATI book specifically is because it gives you a quick refresher on everything. Again, my goal was not to, well, my goal was to pass, number 1, but number 2, my goal was not to reread every single thing that I had to do in nursing school because I don't have time for that. I didn't want to do that, and I'd rather just go straight for the exam and call it a day. So I needed a quick refresher because I already passed nursing school, as I said before. And also at the end of each of the ATI chapters, they give you like a little like quiz. So I would go through that. Secondly, I used UWorld. This was amazing. UWorld is so good because it basically gives you a perfect kind of copy and paste as to how the exam is going to be. But the thing about it is that it's so crazy because when I was doing my UWorld, like the day before my exam, they changed it and then they made it comprehensive. Like they added the comprehensive section, just like how the NCLEX would have. So every single day I would do my UWorld. I would do minimum 100 questions, maximum maybe like 120 questions. I would either break it up into like 50 and 60, or I would just take one massive test and take it from there. Or like I forgot, there's like one of the maximum amount of numbers that you like test questions that you can take. That's pretty much what I did. And last but not least, Mark Klemick. This man, I don't know who he is. I don't know when this recording was taken, but I know all nursing students know about Mark Klemick. I know that you have his recording somewhere, and if you don't have it, go reach out to one of your classmates because they probably have it. He is so good, and the reason why I really liked him is because when you listen to his lectures, he teaches you how to take the exam, and he breaks things down into a much simpler way, because again, this is not nursing school. This is a crash course in test taking. That's pretty much it. So that's what he gave me, and I would listen to him every single day until I was ready to take my exam. I have my old book. This is my old book from 2023, and it's not anything crazy. Like, this book is huge. My notes are not huge. It's just like I just wrote a little to-do list on what I did, how I was feeling, and stuff like that. So for example, daily agenda, it says do UWorld 50 questions, do UWorld 60 questions, listen to MK, he's literally the best, and start reading ATI. That was my first day. This was July 1st. I don't know what day I took. I think I took my NCLEX on the 22nd. So a few weeks. It wasn't anything too crazy. Like 21 days. Then I wrote a note. It says 4:37 p.m. I completed UWorld with a 79 on 50 questions. Makes me feel good, but I'm still nervous. This is literally what I did. Is it gonna focus? Is it gonna? Okay. This is literally what I did. UWorld, ATI, MK. When you get to the NCLEX testing site, you have to bring your ID, okay? Do not forget to bring your ID. You're also gonna probably want to bring a few snacks. If it's like some turkey jerky or like beef jerky, or I don't know, some string cheese or some M&Ms, whatever you want to bring something. I don't think I brought snacks. I was kind of rushing because they also say to get there like 30 minutes before the test. I didn't know that, and I was running late, which if you know me, I run late all the time. It's a problem. But I was running the appropriate time to my scheduled time. Okay, I would have been there 15 minutes early, right? But then I looked at my phone again just to confirm stuff, and it said that I was running pretty late. I should have been there like 30 minutes to 45 minutes early, so I was really stressed out. I actually have a video somewhere. You know what, if I find it, I will definitely put it in here so you guys could see just how like stressed out I was during that day. And this is pretty much everything. I just want to add a few more things. So I want to tell you guys my experience in nursing school, because it was not linear. For some people it is, and for some people it's like, I take the classes, I pass the classes, I'm done. No, I went to a community college to get my nursing degree, my associates in nursing, to become an RN, and it was one of the hardest experiences of my life. Like, honestly, like, I've never studied so hard in my life. I've never put so much energy into school before, and it was rough and it was tough. It was 2 years. We would do our clinicals, we would do our classes, and we would have our exams. I ended up failing, of course. It was Med Surg 1. It was a really hard time for me, like in life. Like, so I was going through stuff with family, I was going through like just a lot of stuff, like emotionally, and then I ended up failing the class. But I failed it by like 3 or 4 points. That's another thing about school that really sucks. It's like you can be 1 point behind, 2, 3 points behind. They will not round it up. It is like eat or be eaten, like kill or be killed. I mean, I know that's like very dramatic, but that's what it felt like. I remember I was like, can we go over my exam? Like in the summer, like, can we go over my test? Like, this can't be right. Da, 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 da. Went over it. I got the exam. I looked back at my textbook. I was like, okay, well, if I get this one question, then I'll be able to pass. And then they went through it. They were like, yeah, well, no, sorry. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So yeah, I failed. And in my nursing program, the choices were either you retake a class one time, you have to get a 75, or if you fail the second time, you're out the program. So at that point, I was really thinking, like, what am I going to do with my life? Because I put so much time and energy into school, and like, this is all I know. Because before nursing, you guys know, before nursing, you have your pre-nursing courses, and I have an associate's degree in the sciences or something like that. I don't even know. Which contained all my pre-nursing courses, which is even, I'm not even going to say it's harder, but it is so hard. Why is everything so hard and competitive? I don't understand that. But anyway, so I spent years doing that. And now I'm in nursing school, and it's difficult and it's hard. And in this course, I think what really got me was the cardiac. I love cardiac, by the way. Cardiac is so cool and it's so exciting. I love the heart and all that stuff. It's really nice and it's cute. It's a cute little thing. I failed that, and at that point I was getting desperate. I was like, okay, so what else am I good at? What can I do in my life? What is something that I can like get it, be successful at it? Because I thought that it was going to be nursing, and it wasn't, right? That was my mindset at the time. So I was looking into being a realtor. I literally took real estate classes because honestly, I feel like I'd be a good realtor. I'm a good talker. I love houses. I love walking around. I like talking to new people, all that stuff. I was also like, maybe I could be a party planner, all these like things, but it was because I was scared. I was just really scared to like jump back into nursing, and I was just scared to fail again, because prior to this, I've never failed at anything in my life. When I say I'm going to do something, when I put my mind to something, I do it. Even if it takes me a while to do it, I'm going to do it. And that's just how I am. So with this, it was like a real gut punch. And this was like the first time I feel like I've ever been like depressed in my life. That's so crazy. I'm saying this to the internet, but it's true and it's real. Like this is like what to expect. You don't know how it's going to turn out, but you just have to try your best at everything. And it's so funny because like I failed at cardiac. I mean, I didn't really, it wasn't like terrible, but I failed that class, and that class was cardiac heavy. And then afterwards, my first job, I ended up working in the emergency room, and I was heavily in cardiac. The hospital I was at, there were like a few different sections of the emergency department, and I was mostly in the critical cardiac area and the monitoring cardiac area. So yeah, I was the cardiac girl. I was in chest pain and in cardiac a lot of the time, or GYN, which I really did love too. My advice going into this exam would be to remember that you already know everything, okay? I've said this is like my third time saying this during this video. You know everything. Trust your gut. One thing that I had a huge problem with, and this was a part of the reason why I failed, was because I would do my question, I would look at it, I would click it, I would stare at it, keep staring at it, until I convinced myself that I was wrong, but I wasn't wrong. Because in nursing, the main question is like, this is what we would always say in my nursing school: out of all these oranges, which orange is the most orange? They're all orange, but one of them is correct. And your gut probably knows which one is correct. So go with your gut. Always go with your gut, because your gut is not wrong. And I think that you got this. Just make sure that you go through these test banks. Make sure that you listen to your Mark Klemic. Make sure that you go through your ATI stuff. Make sure that you go through your UWorld stuff, your UWorld packages, because it is so vital. And if you know anyone who's graduated before you, ask them for advice. Or if you know any of your classmates that you talk to, just ask them. And also, I don't know, I'll try to find some stuff and I'll put it down below, because I know that I probably have some things from a few years ago that I can just add down there. And yeah, but honestly, you guys got this. Trust yourself. And I'm so excited because right now I'm talking to a future RN, so congratulations. Yay! All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.